It would be funny. It just says starting soon. They can hear us talking.
Mm-hmm.
Can't
They're
really do
like,
anything.
well, it's the most exciting part so far.
Yeah, it's better than the 10 minutes of just us being late.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. I think we're live. I got
Yep,
all the readings
we
of
are.
live
And
on
we have
my
sound.
side. All right. Can you hear me still? No, you can't.
That was some good art.
Oh, I don't know what I was waiting for. I was waiting for it to transition on its own. I'm just
Yeah.
sitting here like, all right, that was a cool video. What are we doing
No, that's my
now?
job.
What are we doing
My job
now?
is to sit and wait.
It's the best. Oh, yeah, no, that's still messed up too. I'm going to fix that right now.
What's up?
Good morning, Patricia.
Good morning, Patricia.
Our numbering is all messed up. Let's fix it on the screen.
Oh, yeah.
You got any good jokes today?
Oh, yeah. No, not yet.
Man, we
One
are
moment.
just really discombobulated today.
Yep. I finally had a coffee yesterday.
Oh,
So I guess no coffee today.
that's why we're all messed up, because you broke the seal.
Yeah. No, yeah, probably. But I mean, I don't have a headache or anything today, and I did pretty good. I didn't get all jittery or anything. But we did Black Friday shopping, and so it was necessary
I
and
did Black
delicious.
Friday thinking.
Oh, congratulations.
I
What'd you
th-
get?
no, I thought about going Black
No, I
Friday
know.
shopping. Oh, what did I get?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't get it. I didn't get it. I didn't get it. Uh, um,
Yeah.
I
Who
don't even
hasn't
know.
had enough caffeine?
I don't even know what I was looking at. A chair. I wanted a new chair.
Yeah. Thought you like.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've had it for 12 years now. And I'm
Oh,
on my second one, but my second one was used also. It was an exact copy of the first one, but used. And I do prefer that one over the first one. The first one has broke down a little bit more than the second one, but I'm still very, very pleased with how long I've gotten out of these chairs. It just doesn't. I don't know what's different about it. I guess it's not as supportive, but it
yeah.
still feels the same. It's weird because it's got like a trampoline seat. The Herman Miller line is excellent on their um, chairs, and they even give like 10-year warranties. But and the cat, can you hear the cat? He's playing.
Yeah. He's like, it's playtime.
Yeah, exactly. so so yeah, I was looking at those, and they have a new style. So I've had the same chair for like pretty much ever since I started working from home, and now I might switch the style, not brand, just to a different style. So that's what I was looking at,
Nice.
but it's an insanely expensive chair. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, the Herman Miller line is not cheap, and then their fancy chairs even more expensive than the one I had.
Yeah, my chair that I have now, is free. And the one that I got before that was from Wayfair. And then the one before that was just a wood chair from the table,
Yeah,
which
I remember that
I
one.
s yeah, that one was rough. I had to sit on a pillow. It was really awful, but I did a lot more standing.
That's so funny because
Yep.
you had your own standing desk.
Yeah. Yep, it was necessary. Well, we had a little, island or a little bar in the kitchen. Our apartment at the time was so small, and so it was, like, perfect height for me to stand up, so I stood there a lot. But, well, until I actually got a desk, and then I sat in the chair a lot, but yeah, I think I did that for, like, 6 months, the wood chair.
Yeah, you did. You did it for way too long, and I still even like you make me sad listening to your chair story. I'm like
And
my butt is so spoiled. Like my butt's like,
yeah,
man, I feel bad for her butt,
Yeah.
And back, button back. That's really where it
Yep.
comes down. So
Well, and I was a lot smaller then, so I didn't have a lot of padding. It was rough.
you're,
It,
you're like I got some padding, so that worked out. I just decided natural padding's the best route.
yeah. Yeah, now wouldn't be nearly as big of a problem. But no, it was that was no bueno. Well, cuz we don't really sit at the table still, and we were for a while. We were eating dinner there every night, and they're still uncomfortable. It also makes me sad that I had to sit there for so long. Uh,
I was switching us to just chit chatting, but yeah,
yep.
I don't
What
know.
do little helpers of Santa
Oh, we got
learn when
jokes
they
now.
first go to school? Yeah. Do I need to say it again?
Yeah, say it again. I was bothering it.
What do the little helpers of Santa learn when they first go to school? They learn the alphabets. Oh man, that's
I don't even get it.
yeah. I don't know.
Do you get it?
Because they're elves.
Alphabets.
Yeah.
That is probably that. I think that one got to be the worst one I've ever heard yet.
That's the worst one yet.
Yeah.
This one's even worse. What does Santa call the snowman's offspring at the North Pole? What? What does Santa call the snowman's offspring at the North Pole? Children. 'Cause they're
That's
cold.
better. I'll go with it. Slightly better.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I might have to find a different. I need to find different ones. These ones are all really. I don't get them. I mean, I do, but it's hard. They're hard to say. I don't get it at the time.
All right, I fixed our numbering now. They're
Excellent.
all numbered up.
And now our site is up to date.
Yep, let me switch us back. We'll be looking at our stiffs. Yeah, now we're all up to date. Just number wise. I mean, the dates were fine, the times are fine. So we have some Chris. Oh, yeah, next week when you're gone, we can always switch these around if you want to be part of one versus another. Christmas markets and villages around the world. Around the worlds, and I did put it as plural because I that was a typo, and then I just thought it was funny, and so
That's awesome. Yep.
yeah.
I'm
So
glad you
there, we got multiverse going or something.
I like it.
And so
Who's doing that one with you?
I don't know. It might be solo. I mean, it's hard to get the kid up. But ooh, maybe Craig's not working. Get Craig to do it with me, or Natalia. We can have Natalia come back. But Christmas
It would help you
markets,
with on the words.
The worlds. Help me spell. Christmas markets are one of my faves. One of the things that I enjoy during the holiday season. I like going to them. I like just walking around in them. I don't know. There's something about Christmas markets and little Christmas villages that I really like.
What are Christmas markets? Is that like where you get the little needlepoint things, decorations and stuff? Or is it like, because I just remember like when I was a kid, they would always have like some fairs and stuff.
It's close to me. That's what it's closer to. It's a way toned down fair. It's a winter fair, right? So when I say way toned down, you don't have rides as much. It would be you might have a Ferris wheel. I saw that one in I think Goran and I saw it in Belgium's. Where were we at? Oh yeah, it was right there in Brussels. And so they had a Ferris wheel. You always have, like, if you want to have a real good Christmas market, you got to have the ice skating rink or some sort of ice skating. That's the requirement. And then you have a lot of craft little things, a bazaar type stuff, and you just have that. But then you have a lot of food and stuff. That's also important because you have like warm food, obviously. They have cold food, but you have like Usually there's like sausages, I would say that seems to be, and then hot chocolates, like chocolates that are melted and they're dripping over stuff, and then definitely lots of hot chocolate in general, and
Hmm.
spiced apple ciders and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Warm nuts, that seems to be a common thing that I see a lot of times in them. But they, of course, they have like every food, it's like whatever you can make on the street.
Right.
And so, to me,
Yeah.
that's the Christmas market that I like going to, and they're super popular in Europe. When I say super popular, of course, big cities,
Right.
things like that. But um, yeah, they seem to have them a little more there. I don't have any in particular in the U.S. that I'm like, oh my gosh, this is the one you have to go to if you're in the area. Um, just from what I remember, New York just does a good job for Christmas decorating the city and making it feel Christmassy. Uh, but I'm sure any town that does the Christmas markets now, they're more of a bazaar now, indoory rather than
Hmm.
the outdoor. Outdoor is, that is also kind of the requirement I consider important,
Yeah.
because it's just, I don't know, it's interesting. What do you think?
I've never been to one. I mean, I've been, I guess, what the ones that we went to when we were kids were more like the little craft fairs, like in a gymnasium or something, So, yeah, I've never been to anything like that. I'm hoping this year to go to Busch Gardens does like a Christmas. I mean, obviously they wouldn't have crafts, but it's all decorated and for Christmas time. So it's probably like the closest that I could get to anything like that. We're gonna try and go this year
To which
because
one?
it at Busch
Yeah,
Gardens.
so I thought you said Busch Gardens. I was like, I just kept repeating Busch, and I was like, beer? Are you going to the brewery?
Yeah,
What?
yeah. I
That's
know, right?
the gardens part. I got lost on the. I didn't hear the gardens. It was just funny. I was like, "What is that? What is
Yeah.
that like
Yeah.
Is that like a tour thing? Is that like Rick's thing? I didn't think you guys were that into beer. I never hear you guys
Yeah,
talk about beer like
especially
that."
Bush beer.
Yeah, exactly. Like, uh,
That's
uh,
awesome.
yeah,
Yeah, no,
yeah. Busch
cause
Gardens. That'd be cool.
yeah, cause I'm I whenever we get tickets, we just get it for the year, cause then you get free passes and stuff. So, I have, like, 2 free tickets that I was gonna take Rick and, get my money's worth.
Cool.
So, I thought it would be fun. So but yeah, I mean, I guess I'll report back on whether it was sounded anything like what you were describing. I have a feeling they won't have crafts. But
Patricia liked the Paris market. I believe that one. That one is a large one too.
in France?
Yes, Paris. I was just because I was like, where do they have a Paris in the United States? I mean, in the like, I was gonna say, yeah, no, Paris, Idaho,
I
something
think
like
there's
that.
one in
Because we have a
Canada.
Mexico here in Indiana. We have a
Oh, you
Mexico,
do?
Indiana. Yeah, so, I was just
Well, and
kidding.
I know there's a Peru, right? In
Oh yeah,
Indiana?
yep.
Mhm.
Yep,
Yeah,
Peru.
so yeah, some friends of mine were like they were super excited. They got tickets to Paris. It was all cheap and stuff, and then it turns out that they went to Canada. One of the people stayed there because they were too embarrassed to come back.
Oh, you're telling a real story that
Yeah.
they bought tickets to Paris, Canada.
Yeah.
Ouch. Ouch.
Yeah. I mean, they were kids, like, they were probably 21, maybe 22,
Oh,
and they were super excited about it, and they were, like, some street kids. So, they had saved up and they were gonna go, and so they hadn't yeah,
oh.
one of the kids ended up staying there for a while because he was too embarrassed to come back because they told everyone. When I saw the other guy, I was like, "Hey, I thought you were," and he's like, "Yeah, that didn't." We were wondering why the plane was so small.
Yeah, that'd be scary on that cross
Yeah,
ocean trip. Huh.
yeah.
Yeah. I was just thinking when you were telling it, I've heard so many times of people buying the wrong plane tickets. Like that is that is not something that's the first time I've heard of that. No, I've heard that like a lot, and it's kind of funny. There's a Paris in Indiana. Oh, there is Paris, Indiana.
Hmm, there you go.
Um, Thanks for that, Craig.
Yep.
But yeah, I've heard of a lot of people buying wrong plane tickets, and that is it's interesting because we like they could have not been embarrassed, but people are so mean to each other. That's what
Yeah.
I was just thinking about. Like they had no reason to be. You made a mistake, you know. What do you know? You didn't know what to buy. You know, you didn't. You just bought the wrong
Yeah.
thing. Like how many
Well, I
how many
did.
times do you
Yeah.
do that, right? Like just in
Yeah.
general, you just buy something. You're like, oh shit, that didn't work out, and
Yeah.
so yeah.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know the guy that had bought the wrong tickets. I was like, I just figured maybe he was a big turd about it, like rubbing it in people's faces that he was getting to go or something. You know what I mean? I was like,
Oh.
that's what I was chalked it up to. I never met this person. I just knew I knew the guy that was going with him. Like the two of them went
Yeah,
together.
no, that's different. No, I'm just
Yeah.
because I'm thinking, you know, a lot of people. I just hear it all the time. People are afraid to admit their mistakes or say that they're wrong or they did something. Like I think we've gotten really. It's really hard for people to just say, "Yeah, I screwed that one up."
Yeah. It's because it sucks. It
It
feels yucky.
does. It does. It sucks, but at the same time, what are you gonna do? I mean, you
Yeah.
screwed up. You
I
move
know.
on.
Yeah.
So
And honestly, I don't think people really care. I mean, I think people care more when you admit that you messed something up. It seems like people, if you admit your mistakes, people are more often like think highly of you
mm.
for admitting your mistake without them finding, you know what I mean? Like, um, I mean, depending on how horrible the mistake is, but it
So
just
yeah,
seems like that
when
doesn't
I
make it
was
hurt less.
yeah, I was. You were asking what I did yesterday or the last couple of days for the holidays. Yeah, I accidentally killed like. I probably shouldn't joke. I think something actually happened. Sorry, I'm not gonna
Yeah.
take that back because I do that. So I forgot. I think something actually happened in the last few days in the
Yeah,
country.
yeah,
So,
a little
uh,
too soon.
yeah, a little too soon. I was gonna say, yeah, I accidentally. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna
Yeah.
admit my mistake. But no.
Yep, it
We're
was
gonna
an
take that one
accident.
back. Yeah, that was an accident. No. There's like, yeah, there's some like crazy crap going on, and with people being
Yeah.
frustrated and upset or just crazy. So, all right.
Yep.
Well, that's what Black Friday and Cyber Monday bring out in people, right? The holidays
I
bring
think
out
the
the
holidays,
craziness.
yeah. Yeah.
So we're off on a way far tangent, but people like our tangents. That's why they tune in. Yay! Right, right, Patricia
Yep,
and Craig. That's what you've been waiting for.
this
But
whole time. They're like, "We're just waiting for a heist."
waiting for a heist. Oh man, I've been working so hard on the lottery system, but the stupid code doesn't want to cooperate with the stupid systems. Yeah. Yep. We're gonna get better beans going.
Yep.
Link and I came up with a second currency. We're gonna have beans and better beans.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I like that.
it's
I like
funny.
that a lot.
Oh yeah, you gotta. Yeah, we gotta talk. So our first thing we got coming up. Oh, like where we're standing. There we go. I gotta zoom in a
Oh,
little bit. There he is. Or she.
aw, look at that cutie.
That's my cat.
Mhm.
Black Panthers.
Oh.
A colloq. Can you help me? Colloquial.
Colloquial?
I don't think that's it
Colloquial?
either.
I
I
don't
think
know.
it's more an
I've heard it.
colloquial.
Colloquial?
Yeah,
Mm.
I think I think that's closer to it. Colloquial. Term used to
Collo
refer to large felines classified in the genus Panthera that are characterized by a coat of black fur or large concentrations of black spots set against a dark background. The term black panther is most frequently applied to black-coated leopards. Yeah,
Mhm.
they have spots most of the time. You just can't see
Yeah,
them.
and they're beautiful.
And jaguars.
Mhm.
We have black panthers around here.
Oh, you do?
hmm
scary.
Wild ones. They've been here for my whole life. They used to be a myth, but now with trail cams, they've been proven. So it's funny. It's because it was like growing up, there was the myth of the Black Panthers or the big cats because somebody let them go or they got away or something, and they would, they never bothered anybody. That was the best part. They never killed anybody because they would have got taken out. But you'd find like animals that had been taken out by the cats, and you couldn't, it wouldn't be anything else. And so yeah, and they've caught them on trail cams now.
That's scary.
Yeah, it is, but it isn't. As long as they don't bother anybody, who cares? And even if they did bother, what are you gonna do? I mean, like they're just being cats. Yeah, that's part of it. No, if they start, see, that's where I'm on the fence. If they take down like one person or two people, I still feel you should just let them be. But if they start taking down 10, 20, 30 people, then that's when I guess they're more of a menace. What do you think? I mean, should animals be allowed to kill a little bit humans before we take them out?
I don't know. I want to say no, just because I mean, everybody wants to say yes unless it's your family member.
Mm-hmm.
But then at the same time, it's still nature, and so like, do you just go around killing everything just because it's doing what it's supposed to? I don't know. I don't like that question. Can we talk about something else?
Yeah, that's a hard one. From what I've heard, is cattle farms have issues. They kill for fun sometimes. Yeah, yeah, fun. How is that even fun for a cat? You're like, oh, I'm gonna go murk this thing that's just standing there.
Maybe for instead of fun, for out of boredom. They kill out of boredom sometimes.
Like, if I was a cat, I definitely like my for fun would be deer. Deer would be hard. It would be the hard ones because they're on it. They're so twitchy. They're freaking fast.
Mm-hmm.
And you wouldn't be going for the weak deer. That's like where the challenge would be. If I wanted to prove I'm a badass cat, I'm going for the good deer, not the ones with horns though. I'm gonna at least be smart. I'm not gonna go for the ones with antlers and stuff. And but yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think of what would be challenging in the forest, and that to me, that's like one of the most. A rabbit, that would be hard. But that wouldn't be fulfilling. Taking down a deer, taking down a moose, that would be challenging. Oh my gosh, that would be crazy.
That would be crazy. I've never seen a moose in real life. Have you?
In real life? No.
Yeah.
No, I'm excited about that. I want to see a moose, kind of like I want a big fence.
Right? Yeah, no kidding. Are they in your area?
No, we don't have moose.
Oh.
They'd be probably more northern Michigan, maybe the UP.
Mm.
They're more of a near Canada type thing or maybe out west, even out east, maybe up in Maine. They might have had some northern Vermont, northern New York, maybe. But I mean, you have to be I would think along the lines of Canada. I think they're more north.
Okay.
Our biggest is the Panthers, and then bears. I think there's some bears around, but not very many.
Oh yeah, it kind of skips your area.
You see the area for moose?
Yep. Let me see if I could. Oh, the dogs are barking. There's a lot of squirrel activity lately. Oh, that's why. I'll put it in the chat in our chat, the Little Moose region.
In our private chat where we talk about our audiences.
Special private chat. Yep, it's the one.
Mostly talking about Craig.
Mm-hmm.
How he always interrupts us.
Yep.
With his gambling problem. All right, we got some moose, diet, life cycle, behavior, range, habitat. Oh, range. Yep, there we go. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit for everybody. Nope, I can't. Oh, there we go.
Yeah. They're in Idaho. I had no idea.
Yep, it'd be northern parts of Michigan, the UP, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
And they have them a little more in Vermont and Maine than I thought. So I disagree with that a little bit because I didn't ever hear of moose reports unless they just didn't report on them. But it's always
Oh,
possible.
yeah. They're probably like, it's a moose.
Yeah, you don't mess with moose. Moose are
Yeah,
the
no.
ones that no matter what, there is like nothing. Moose are like kind of like humpback whales or something, you know? Like nobody messes with them unless they're
I
like
think
injured.
I would, when, sorry. That was a bunch of words and not a sentence. I would have thought of them more like a rhino, where it's like as long as they're not looking at you, you're probably okay. But don't make them mad because you're in trouble.
I think that's a better example. Yeah, rhino.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah. And that was why I watched some video about what to do, like how to tell if a moose is about ready to mess you up. And
Yeah.
I was
Just
like, all the
assume.
stuff was like, yep, that makes sense. They like make eye contact, make grunt noises, and they're like, once it does something, it's just gonna come after you. And I was like, I'm already running by the time I'm standing there figuring out if this thing is gonna attack me. Oh,
Yeah,
I'm out
this
of
it
there.
says they can swim as fast as 6 miles an hour. So don't. Oh, and they can run as fast as 35 miles an hour. So climb a tree.
It'd probably knock the tree down.
Probably. Scary.
Yeah. Let's move on to something that we can take out. Roaches.
That we can run away from. Oh, I accidentally closed mine. I'll just read yours. I got a little happy with the clicky.
Power rechargeable cyborg insect with organic solar cell module.
That's
Oh,
a mouthful.
if you're looking for all his good points, probably just for subjects for your next. um, we have long had the ability to remote control insects. If you haven't seen those videos are out there where you can drive different things. But now they've given them a solar cell, so then you can keep them going forever.
That seems mean. Like, are they? I mean, do you put them on real insects or
Yeah. Oh yeah.
they're
Oh yeah. You can get a kit, and they'll send you the cockroach or whatever you're gluing it to. I think you can do flies too, and like you can put flies on a string, or they'll fly a paper airplane. I forget what they do. There's a couple of little insects that you can do, and you glue it on the back, and then you hook it up to their antennae, and then it basically, this one looks a little different. It looks like it's to their thorax, so their back end looks like it gets wired, and then yeah, and then you can just drive them. It really is just like that, and it really does work. It's not even like, that sounds like some like shenanigans. Nah, it really does work, and it's interesting. I wonder if you could have fights with them. What?
I don't know. It sounds really sad.
It probably is.
I
It probably
I felt really
is.
bad. It said that it would stay on their thorax for up to a month.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is not. I was just like, haven't you ever wondered where all our products come from? All the scientific tests that they do on animals and stuff? This is just like a way toned down version of that. And you're already
I
feeling
know,
bad.
but you gotta just do it in at your house. I
Yeah.
mean,
And
yeah.
you're feeling bad. I'm not saying you shouldn't feel bad. I'm going in a different direction. You feel bad for just the description of this on a cockroach, which most people would step on and smash. They're not going to take it outside and let it go. And you're sad. And we do like horrible things to other animals for like research.
I
So
know.
it's
Well, that's
you
sad.
should be. You should be. I'm not saying you shouldn't be, but it's kind of like this is the most mellow version of it, and you're still sad. So then, really, should we be experimenting on animals at all? It's kind of the question. And so
I mean,
I
I do
say
see the
kind of no.
value, but I think we've learned enough about animals and like what they um
Yeah, there's value, but I don't know. It's tricky. I'm completely
I mean, I think it's time. I think it's time for it to stop.
yeah. I've
I mean,
completely switched sides. I'm on that side
yeah,
now, where it's like,
yeah. It's time.
yeah, you can
Time to
do
free
this to
yourself and stuff.
cockroaches.
Yeah.
It's a fun little. I think they come frozen and they thaw 'em. Yep.
Oh, it's dead?
No, it's alive.
Oh.
Well, the ones I seen were alive. Maybe they figured out how to do it for dead ones. I mean, I don't see.
Reanimate?
Yeah, I don't see why not. I mean, if the
Yeah.
electrical signals still can be sent through the body, there's no reason you can't. It doesn't need to be alive. That would be okay, right?
Yeah.
Reanimating, so you'd have your zombie army of cockroaches.
That's gross too.
But I do agree on the like. It's not nice at all. It's
Yeah.
not nice
Yeah.
at all. And I think as I've gotten older, I've come to a different perspective of um, even even like ants and cockroaches and stuff. Like just anything. Like
Yeah.
if you don't gotta kill it, you don't gotta kill it. Even though it's creepy and crawly and like there are still few things that fall like mosquitoes. They don't get passes.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. We'll do a couple more and then we'll take a break.
How about one more?
One more. We're
Thank
gonna
you.
watch octopus throw things. I gotta find my picture. This other picture. Oh yeah, the AI soccer ball. All right.
He's all like, why I yada.
Wait, it doesn't move on the screen when I have it. I gotta be selected on it.
Oh.
I can't read the article and. Wait, hold on. No, I don't even think I can do it.
Oh yeah, that worked. Oh wait. No, it's still moving.
All right, can I make it full screen then? Why was it not?
Oh, I'm picking up what you're putting down. You made it small.
I'm gonna move the words over to the other side, and then I can do it. That's funny. For the first time, octopuses have been spotted throwing things at each other.
Oh yeah, look at him. He spits out. I wasn't paying attention before. Spit out some shells at him, huh?
I don't know if that really counts as throwing things at each other, but I thought we had video of this already. Um, the octopus would throw things, and they'd even grab like other fish, and they would. I was just seeing something. They would throw all kinds of stuff at people, and yeah. So yeah, they don't. They're not. They're interesting. Octopuses are interesting. Um, it looked like they were just throwing debris or food leftovers, but then the team found clues they were deliberately targeting one another. Throws that made contact with another octopus were relatively strong and often occurred when the thrower was displaying a uniform dark or medium body color. Another clue, sometimes octopuses on the receiving end ducked.
That's awesome. They're so smart. I'm like, yikes. I don't know.
Yeah, well, octopus are alien,
Oh yeah.
right? Have we
No.
talked about them in depth?
Not as much as we could. I think that would be a fun episode. Do octopus and uh squids and nautilus. Mhm.
Like, you watch a lot of the history stuff. You hadn't come across that they're actually not from this planet?
Yes, they are so.
Oh, you have to look into their history.
Okay.
It's interesting because
Is it
they're
in Ancient Aliens? Is
no
that
no
where
no no
I
no no. It would be in biology because they can't explain where their DNA comes from.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I'll check it out.
Yeah. It's we might have to cover that then because they're actually
Yeah, let's do.
it's a really interesting thing on just octopuses. That they're one that and like you said, squid that whole little family,
Yeah.
but it's really super limited,
Cephalopods, right?
huh? Yeah,
Is that they're
cephalopods. Yeah.
cephalopods?
Yep. So, and so, but they can't trace them. They don't branch off of our lineage.
Yeah. I have seen that. Like it's so early that they don't see it or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. They
Mm-hmm.
don't know, but they don't know when it branched off, but they know it was a long time ago.
Them and the mushrooms came.
Interesting.
They worked together. All right, break time.
Yep, much needed. 2 minutes.
I was gonna adjust.
Oh,
It's like a learning exercise every time.
mm-hmm. Yep. Next year it'll be so smooth.
Well, if we get the steam back, then it'll be super smooth. It'll be
Nice.
smooth as Brooklyn smooth.
Okay. Great.
See you in 4.
Okay.
I don't have the jokes.
Oh, I was talking, but I was on mute still.
Nope. Let's see. We got heard as cattle farms. We're all caught up on chat. Good thing our chat isn't very active.
Yep. It's just a couple days after Thanksgiving. So,
So people's
hey,
fingers are slow.
yep. And brains. And that's okay. It's a lot of time with family and a lot of turkey. How much did Santa pay for his sleigh? Nothing. It was on the house. That's funny.
Ice
What
time.
uh what nationality is Santa Claus? North Polish.
Eh, I like the one before it was better. One more.
Um no, that one was bad. How can you tell that Santa isn't real? Oh, you can always sense his presence. How can you tell that Santa is real? You can always sense his presence. Yeah, that's dumb. I had to say it again because it was so dumb.
Well, have you been watching any of the World Cup?
Rick watched a little bit of it the other day, but no,
The U.S. tied England
England.
yesterday,
Yeah, I heard.
and
That's the only
so
thing that I heard. Yeah,
did you know they're using an AI ball
I did not know that. I did not. What does that
or
mean?
AI design ball? I don't know. Trying to. Men's World Cup soccer ball has the aerodynamics of a champion. Oh, ha, ha. I read it as AI, and I thought it was AI. It's the Al Real.
Oh, okay.
uh, I thought they, for some reason, I thought they did something with it, but guess not. The last thing competitors want is the most important piece of equipment in the most important tournament in the world's most popular sport to behave in an unexpected ways. So a lot of work goes into making sure that every new World Cup ball feels familiar to players. I am a physics professor at the University of Lynchburg who studies the physics of sports. Oh, not me, but this person that I'm speaking as. Despite controversies over corruption and human rights issues surrounding this year's World Cup, there is still beauty in the science and the skill of soccer. As part of my research, every 4 years I do an analysis of the new World Cup ball to see what went into creating the centerpiece of the world's most beautiful game. All right. When calculating how much force moving air imparts on a moving object called drag, physicists use a term called drag coefficient. For a given speed, the higher the drag coefficient is, the more drag an object feels. Turns out that a soccer ball's drag coefficient is approximately 2.5 times larger for laminar flow than turbulent flow. I don't know. So let's see. Um, Adidas has supplied World Cup balls since the 1970s through 2002. Each ball was made with the iconic 32 panel construction. 20 hexagons and 12 pentagons were traditionally made of leather and stitched together. In 2006, a new era began. Consisted of 14 smooth synthetic panels that were thermally bonded together instead of stitched. The tighter glued seal kept water out of the interior of the ball on rainy and humid days. And then they evolved it again to an 8 panel ball in 2010. And recently they have 6 panels now. the new ball currently is made with water-based inks and glues and contains 20 panels. 8 of these are
Ooh.
small triangles with roughly equal sides, and 12 are larger and shaped sort of like an ice cream cone.
Oh yeah, that's what we can see on the picture, right?
Yep, yep. They're just like everybody just keeps changing the design of it.
Yep. Trying to make it perfect.
Yep, they're just trying to make it fly perfect. Interesting. All right, next up, black holes. What do you know about black holes?
Um, well, they you don't want to get close to one. Um, and they they no light can escape. They distort time and space.
Sorry, you don't
Throw
want to
you in a
get
black
close
hole.
to one. I just had this picture in my head of a black hole walking up to like a bunch of people waiting at a bus stop, and everybody just starts scooching away.
Yep, you can't scooch away.
How are they born?
When a star implodes and they turn into a black hole. And they eat other black holes, I think. I don't know, let's find out. That's my extensive knowledge into black holes.
Oh, I thought you were reading the details. So
Mm.
yes, you were correct. Light can't escape. Black hole is extremely dense object whose gravity is so strong that nothing, not even light, can escape it.
Yep. No, that was all. You asked me what I knew about black holes. So that was all the things that I know.
Well, they're born um, by eventually the star has no material left that can be transformed into energy. But what happens next depends on the size of the star. Larger stars with iron cores begin to collapse, starting them with the innermost layers. When the outer layers fall into the compact core, they bounce back and are expelled into space as a supernova. If the compact core that remains is more than 3 times the mass of the sun, it is crushed into smaller and smaller volume. Its gravitational attraction increases and its escape velocity becomes larger. Eventually, a point is reached when even light cannot travel fast enough to escape. This is when it has become the black hole.
That's so crazy. It's like, I'm too big. Ugh. Sorry.
All right.
I'm gonna make myself cry.
Yeah, your black hole sounds sick. It sounds a little sick. It needs a black hole doctor,
Dying.
a holologist.
Okay.
Because light cannot escape the black hole, these objects can only be spied indirectly. As a result, they are difficult to study and therefore have remained somewhat mysterious. But thanks to state of the art space missions developed by ESA and other space agencies, we are gradually uncovering the secrets behind how black holes form and evolve and behave. They went on different missions. I guess that's it. That's observing them.
Artist portrayal of a.
They're all artist portrayals. As far as the first direct image of a black hole in 2019, the Event Horizon Telescope captured a black hole's dark silhouette cast against light from matter in its immediate surroundings. Then in 2021, ESA's XM Newton saw X-ray light from behind a black hole, enabling them to study the processes taking place on its far side. And then they've sent some different missions. They launched this Newton little guy.
Oh yeah.
And then they have this little guy out there. The International Gamma Ray Astrophysics Laboratory is the first space observatory that can simultaneously observe objects in gamma rays, X-rays, and visible light.
That's cool.
Well,
Oh.
what else do we know about black holes? Here's why some supermassive black holes blaze so brightly. For the first time, astronomers have observed how certain supermassive black holes launch jets of energy particles into space. And the process is shocking.
I'm shocked.
Blazars are active black holes that shoot jets of high energy particles towards Earth. Just towards Earth, making them appear as bright spots from millions or even billions of light years away. Astronomers knew that the jet's extreme speeds and tight culminated beams had something to do with the shape of magnetic fields around black holes, but details were fuzzy.
Well, we wouldn't be able to see it if it wasn't shooting towards us, right? Maybe that's what they meant.
Lodakis and his colleagues had two main ideas for how magnetic fields might accelerate the jet. Particles could be boosted by magnetic reconnection, where the magnetic field lines break, reform, and connect with other. That's why they're getting slingshotted. That's what they're saying.
Oh.
So the particles basically get momentum and they grab onto something and then they move across that and then they break that bond and grab onto the next one and then so it's just like a big slingshot, an accelerator in a way. Another option is a shock wave shooting particles down the jet. Okay. The magnetic field suddenly switched from turbulent to ordered. That switch could send particles zooming away like water through the nozzle of a hose. Which is true. Because water, if you're thinking about it, you're just ordering it when it goes into the hose, right? Because it would take any shape or anything. And if you apply pressure to it and squirt it out, it goes for a little while, right? When you have it coming out of the hose, but then it eventually loses its shape again and turns back into an unordered water.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Very interesting.
All right, we're going to skip the next two.
I was going to suggest that too. Get right to the meat of the episode.
Oh, wait. There's the image. There's the other image. The meat of the episode? Yeah. Holiday shopping?
Holiday shopping.
What is the real history of Black Friday?
Yeah, what is it? I must know.
The real bonanza, known as Black Friday, is now an integral part of many Thanksgiving celebrations. But this holiday tradition has darker roots than you might imagine.
Like when you bleach your hair and it's
go back to this match.
Yeah, yikes.
Yeah.
The
This
Black
is,
Plague.
yeah. That's the Black Plague. But first recorded use of the term Black Friday was applied to not post-Thanksgiving holiday shopping, but to financial crisis, specifically the crash of the U.S. gold market on September 24th, 1869. Two notoriously ruthless Wall Street financiers, Jay Gould and Jim Fisk, worked together to buy up as much as they could of the nation's gold, hoping to drive the price sky high and sell it for astonishing profits. On that Friday in September, the conspiracy finally unraveled, sending the stock market into free fall and bankrupting everyone from Wall Street barons to farmers.
That's awful.
That was Black Friday.
Yeah. And now we trample people to get to the TV.
Well, you went out.
Yep. Yeah. It actually wasn't that bad.
Was everybody keeping 6 feet of distance around?
No. Actually, it really was, like I said, it wasn't that bad. Traffic was bad. But like all the lines moved pretty quickly. We went to one place that we went to, it's like an outlet mall, and there was a few places where there was like long lines to get into the stores. So that they were all roped off because they were only letting certain amount of people in at a time. There was I was getting some sweaters, and the lady in front of me said she went to the Coach store and she waited in line for over an hour, and then so stuff like that, like the Adidas store stuff. Those places had really long lines, but everywhere else it was pretty much just like go in, get your stuff, get out. People were really respectful and nice, and so we didn't go. You know, we just went to a couple places. I have to go to Oklahoma in January, so I needed sweaters.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like it's still a little mellow,
Yeah.
as pre-pandemic Black Friday shopping was. I think it kind of started dying off anyways. Like it wasn't as
Yeah, that's
crowded.
what yeah, well, with Cyber Monday and everything was on sale already. Even the couple days before, a lot of the sales were like, "Get your Black Friday sale." It's like, "It's Wednesday." Okay. I'm sure there's still some places that have like awesome deals at the day, but
It's like Black Friday week now.
yeah.
The most commonly repeated story behind the Thanksgiving shopping related Black Friday tradition links to retailers. As the story goes, after an entire year of operating at a loss, stores would supposedly earn a profit on the day after Thanksgiving because holiday shoppers blew so much money on discounted merchandise. Though it's true that retail companies used to record losses in the reds and profits in the blacks when doing their accounting, this version of Black Friday's origin is the officially sanctioned but inaccurate story behind the tradition.
Hmm.
In recent years, another myth has surfaced that gives a particularly ugly twist to the tradition, claiming that back in the 1800s, Southern plantation owners could buy enslaved workers at a discount after Thanksgiving. Though
Yikes.
this version of Black Friday's roots has understandably led to call for a boycott of the retail holiday, it has no basis in fact.
Yeah.
The real history behind Black Friday, however, is not as sunny as retailers might have you believe. Back in the 1950s, police in the city of Philadelphia used the term to describe the chaos that ensued the day after Thanksgiving, when hordes of suburban shoppers and tourists flooded into the city in advance of the big Army-Navy football game held on that Saturday every year. Not only were Philly cops not able to take the day off, but they had to work extra long shifts dealing with the additional crowds and traffic. Shoplifters also took advantage of the bedlam in stores and made off with merchandise, adding to law enforcement headache. By 1961, Black Friday had caught on in Philadelphia to the extent that the city's merchants and boosters tried unsuccessfully to change it to Big Friday in order to remove the negative connotations. The, the term didn't spread to the rest of the country until much later, however, and as recently as 1985, wasn't in common use nationwide. Sometime in the late 1980s, however, retailers found a way to reinvent Black Friday and turn it into something that reflected positively rather than negatively on them and their customers. As a result, was the red to black concept of the holiday mentioned earlier, and the notion that the day after Thanksgiving marked the occasion when American stores finally turned a profit. So
All
there's your
right.
real history of it.
Yeah, that's interesting that the shopping part started in Philadelphia.
Good old Philly.
Yep.
What is this? Why do I have that?
I don't know. I don't know what it is.
It's just the image and not the story.
Oh.
All right. Um, Black Friday. Let's see. Many people think Black Friday comes from the idea that it's a highly profitable day for retailers, one where they're getting out of the red and into the black. Yep, that's the made-up story. Um, the first time Black Friday was used on a national level came in September 1869. Oh yeah, that's the gold story.
Mm.
Black Friday is celebrated in other countries. America isn't the only country that celebrates Black Friday. 14 countries reportedly observe the annual holiday shopping event.
I mean, that makes sense with all the stuff that you can buy online if they open it up, or a lot of these stores are worldwide. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know.
Our heist didn't go well. I just checked in on it. We all died.
No. Yeah. Yep. A kraken emerged.
That's not good. The
No.
countries that observe Black Friday include Canada, UK, South Africa, Ireland, Germany, Sweden, Belgium, Luxembourg, Netherlands, Brazil, Mexico, Australia, and New Zealand. Well, I think there's a real holiday everybody's ignoring.
What's that?
National Native American History Day. I think it was the name of it. And it was yesterday. It wasn't Black Friday. National Native American Day. No, Heritage Day. Is that it? Yeah. Native American Heritage Day.
I didn't
That's,
know that was the day after Thanksgiving.
you
That
know,
makes sense.
no, Black Friday took it over. Black
Rude.
Friday sale events have extended. Today, Black Friday has turned into more than a month-long event. Oh, that's all the facts on that one. Let's see. We got some other ones. Let's change our picture. Ooh, look at that.
Wow.
Where did that picture come from? Oh, that's on this page. Let's read this. Oh, that's the stock market crash. Oh. Santa Claus parades were Black Friday's predecessor. For many Americans, the Macy's Thanksgiving Parade has become part of the holiday ritual, but the event actually was inspired from the U.S. neighbors in the North. Canadian department store Eaton's held the first Santa Claus parade on December 2nd. Once Santa appeared at the end of the parade, the signal was that the holiday season that the signal was that the holiday season and thus holiday shopping had begun. Of course, consumers were encouraged to buy their presents at Eaton's. I remember this. Did they make a movie about this?
It sounds like yeah, the Miracle on 39th Street.
Was it? I was. I
on
don't know.
34th Street. Yeah, where Santa Claus goes and he works for
But no, I
Macy's
thought they
and
actually did where they named the place Eaton's.
yeah. I think
Okay,
that
so
was
you
the
think
name
that's
of
it?
one of the store. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I remember that. That's just funny. It's like, yeah, come shop here. It's always
I mean,
been
I
just
haven't seen that movie since I was a kid, so I could be wrong, but I think that's what it was.
the date of Thanksgiving was indirectly determined by holiday shoppers. From the mid 19th century to early 20th century, a custom started by U.S. President Abraham Lincoln. The president would declare a day of Thanksgiving on the last Thursday in November. This could either fall on the fourth or fifth Thursday in the month. But in 1939, a funny thing happened. The last Thursday happened to be the last day in November. Retailers worried about the shortened holiday shopping season petitioned then Franklin Delano Roosevelt to declare the holiday a week earlier, which he did. For the next 3 years, Thanksgiving was known diversely. That,
Derisively?
yeah, I don't know what that word is. Yeah, but they were divided
Possible.
because they called it Franksgiving and celebrated on different days in different parts of the country. Ah!
That's awesome.
That is awesome. Wow.
In a manner expressing contempt or ridicule.
Yeah. That is crazy. Just think about that. That they change a holiday. Like you've been celebrating this holiday the same for a long time, and then they change it because of retailers. We've always been
Mhm,
like at the mercy of business, right?
mhm.
It's just and then they're like, "No, we're not going to conform to it." Could you imagine like if they did something like that today, like the country would burn. They'd be like, "Nope, nope, this isn't happening." Like you'd have
Yeah,
such a divisive thing.
I know. You ask people to say happy holidays, and it's like that. It's the end of the world. People are still talking about it, complaining about it. When was that? Like early 2000s, the 90s?
Yeah, and even being more considerate. That's what I think. Using Happy Holidays versus Merry Christmas. I get it, and it's just a little. You can include more people, right?
Yeah, and more holidays.
And more holidays, and it's just a little more inclusive. But yeah, people that have an adversity to Happy Holidays. It's like, wait, what?
Yeah, that's not even changing the actual day to celebration.
Yeah, that's what's crazy. Oh man, just for retailers, it's interesting. Here it is. Yeah. Congratulations on your re-election. Friday after Thanksgiving-itis, according to Bonnie and Taylor Blake, a researcher for the University of North Carolina, Factory Management Maintenance, a labor market newsletter lays claim to the first use of the term as it relates to the holiday. Friday after Thanksgiving is a disease second only to the bubonic plague in its effect. At least there's that feeling of those who have to get production out. When Black Friday comes along, the shop may be half empty, but every absentee was sick and can prove it. I don't know. And then they talked about the Philadelphia thing for the Army Navy game. The cops called it Black Friday. And it didn't become a national term until the 90s. Some say Black Friday refers to going into the black. Black Friday became the biggest shopping day of the year in 2001. Black Friday has become an international fair. And now, finally, Black Friday is becoming extinct.
Yeah.
Because Cyber Monday is taking over. Walmart, the world's largest retailer, broke the Black Friday tradition in 2011 when it opened its store on Thanksgiving evening. Ever since, retailers have been in a race to catch up, and now they just do their deals whenever. I looked yesterday, I didn't see anything that special. Like, there was things, but
Yeah, I mean, well, I think there's just like a few things that are like super, super cheap, and then everything else is just a little,
10%,
10% off.
20%
Yeah.
at the
Yeah.
most.
Yep. Yeah, we saw some stuff that was 60% off, but
Mm. What
yeah.
was the average that you saw?
10%.
Yep, that's what I was
Yeah.
thinking.
I got some sweaters. I got a bunch of sweaters and they were like almost 50% off, 45, 50% off.
So
They
where
didn't
did
have like the percent off, but
where did Cyber Monday? You couldn't wait for Cyber Monday, or are you gonna look for some more stuff then? How does that
no,
factor in?
no, we just got Rick's aunt asked us if we wanted to go shopping with her on Friday, so we just decided to do it then. Just go out and have some fun with family. Like I said, I needed some sweaters for when it gets cold. I don't have any. Not any nice ones anyway.
So what do you think about Cyber Monday? Do you think you get better deals on Friday or Monday, or the same?
Um, I'm I guess it just depends. I just always think of Cyber Monday as like a good time to get your electronics on sale. Clothes, I don't know. I don't go clothes shopping very often, so I couldn't compare.
Cyber Monday has never been the biggest day of the year for online retail sales. Typically, a Monday in December takes that title.
What day is that?
And when this article was written, is this a 2010 article? Yeah, it is. Wow, that's so old. I can't believe
Yeah,
it.
no wonder. It's like, wait a second, what is going on?
Yeah, this is super old. And so, um, unlike Black Friday, which is a concentration of deals in the brick and mortar stores, online sales tend not to fall on a certain day. The best deals on TVs, for instance, likely won't come until mid-December. I that would be interesting because I was just thinking about that. Does Cyber Monday allow, like, if you don't put out what your deals are for Cyber Monday, does that allow you to shift the deal to the products that didn't move the best on Black Friday? The ones you needed to
Mm,
move, but you didn't discount. So then you readjust your discounting and then release it on Cyber Monday to move the product. Because that's all it is. It's all about clearing out warehouses and product out of the back.
yeah.
They're not looking at,
Mm.
oh, we're going to give this deal or that deal. They're looking at literally how to move product at the most price, right?
Yep. Yeah.
And yeah, that's what I would do. I wouldn't release any of my Cyber Monday stuff. I would look to see what happened over the weekend, and then Sunday evening have do your price, put in your new price list for Cyber Monday. That'd be interesting. Hmm. I was just thinking about how you would write that. You go and look
Yeah.
at all your
Well, it would
product
be hard because
inventory.
people make their lists and stuff and they're like, I'm gonna wait and, you know, get it.
Yeah, but you can entice people to buy stuff, that they don't
Yeah.
need or that they kind of are waiting on if you give them the right discount.
Yeah. No, true.
Well, those analytics would be really interesting. So you would see how purchasing would increase as the discount goes down, right? To find
Hmm.
that exact sweet spot. But then you
Yeah.
combine that with looking at your inventory so that you try to keep all your inventory levels very even. That'd be an interesting little
Hmm.
report to write. I don't
Yeah.
think it would be that hard to write. What do you think?
I don't know.
Well, from Business Central, just think you look at your prices, you look at your history of sales, right?
Mhm.
And then you would look at your inventory and just all those different pieces, and then come up with it would be almost a forecast, but it would be come up with your new pricing and how you would stagger the pricing to. It'd be interesting. I wonder if they have started to how they've adjusted over the time for like AI type algorithms and stuff like that to perfectly move inventory in and out of stores as best as they can. You know, as perfect as it could be.
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, whatever they don't sell in stores ends up making it in the Christmas market. Did we go on another one? No. Let's do another
No.
heist.
One more heist.
Yeah.
The Thanksgiving weekend, Thanksgiving heist. I almost said Christmas heist. Holy smoke.
Yeah, if I can figure out the OAuth problem, our our rewards are gonna get so much nicer.
Yeah, like a thumbs up.
Like a thumbs
You
up
received
reward.
2 thumbs up and a pat on the back. Congratulations.
No, we have started working on. I mean, it's it's still in its early stages, but you could receive custom images depending on what the results are of things.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. So that could be cool. Little profile pics. Let's see if I can show off one. Trying to get I'm not logged in as the right person. Oh no, it's definitely not going to let me do it. Never mind. I don't even have that account on here. I was going to try to be me.
Ah, yeah. You can't be you.
No, I'll have to do it on my phone or something. So, anything
Maybe
else
next week.
while we wait
No,
for this to finish?
nope. Just had another good show today. It was fun. I laughed. I cried.
You cried.
I did. I made myself laugh so hard I cried. I can't help it. I make myself laugh all the time. Not all the time. Often.
All the time, huh?
Yep.
Craig's in for a lot today.
Whoa. Big money. Mm. Uh-oh. Oh. I thought I was gonna get lost. My stuff started slowing down. Oh. Yay.
Oh, us and Patricia survived.
Sad face. Yeah, that sucks, Greg. It's not your week again. Last week was a good week for you though, right? I think. But
I was trying to. I just got in.
you gonna give him some beans for trying? Oh. Maybe next week.
Yep. So that's a preview of our first collection that we'll be releasing. If you look at my little icon,
Nice.
it'll be. We'll have to see how that turns out.
Yeah, that's fun.
Probably
I
in
like
2 weeks. Not next week though, because we'll be
it.
missing a host.
Yeah, I won't be here. I'm gonna be moving that day. It'll be fun.
So
I'm gonna
much
have a new.
fun.
My office is gonna be pink.
Pink?
Yep.
Yeah. Did you paint it pink or did it come pink?
We're
I mean,
painting it
like
pink
you
today.
requested it pink. That's what.
Yep.
So you're actually painting it pink. What color is it right now?
Gray.
Gray.
Yep. The whole house is gray.
How dark of a pink are you going?
Light. Rick was like, "That's not pink. That's white." And I was like, "No, it's not." And he put it up against a white wall, and he's like, "Oh, it is pink." So it's very light, but it's because I have a lot of brown stuff, and I do like pink anyway. But I think it'll be nice. It'll be a good working color and calming. because I also exercise in my office. So
Cool.
yeah, yep,
All right. I guess that's it.
yeah, we did it. We did it again.
Episode number 39. I was like, we
Yep,
can't number right, or I can't.
sure you can.
I think I fixed it all now. We'll see.
Yep.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Have a good weekend.
Hey, have a good weekend, everybody.